What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, last night was Game 5 of the 2022 Eastern Conference Finals between the Miami Heat, the number one seeded Miami Heat, and the number two seed Boston Celtics. And, I had Boston most likely losing this game. I thought Miami would come out super aggressive, and I thought they would be able to claw their way to something like a 5, 6 point victory. I thought Jimmy Butler would come through, as is his tendency. I thought he would get 30, 35, and I thought they would be able to take control of this series 3 games to 2. But ultimately, when Boston is healthy, they are a formidable team. And Miami is beat up, and it's caught up with them, man. A lot of guys are hurting. Butler, uh, Tucker, Tyler Hero didn't play for like what, the second, third consecutive game, groin injury. Miami tried to gut it out, man, but Boston just took over. In particular, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum took over in the second half of last night's game, and they cruised to a 93-80 victory. And they have a 3 games to 2 lead. And while this series isn't over per se, um, it is. I don't think Miami's coming out of Boston with a victory in Game 6. I think they're going to be loud. They're going to be raucous. I think that Boston is going to just look at Boston going to say, fuck this. We're going to just get rid of these motherfuckers. Gotta give it to Boston, man. I have to give it to them. Uh, they are a championship level team. I know some people don't want to give them that credit, but they are. I didn't want to give them that credit, but they're a championship level team. I think they're a team more than capable of winning the championship this year. Although I still believe that if Chris Middleton was playing with the Bucks, as much as I malign him, Chris Middleton would have been the difference in that series, and Milwaukee would be going to the NBA Finals right now, or just about on their way to the finals. I don't want to hear no more about Jimmy Butler being a top 5 player in this league. I call bullshit on that. People say I was hating. He is not a top 5 player because he's too inconsistent. Yeah, earlier in the playoffs he was rolling, and yes, you could say the knee got something to do with it, man. But at the end of the day, we got to look at the pattern. Jimmy Butler is just inconsistent as hell. Some games, Jimmy Butler plays at a very high level. I get that he plays on the high level on both ends of the floor, and I get that he's kind of hurting, but a lot of guys are hurting right now. A lot of guys historically in the playoffs have been hurting. Almost nobody is completely healthy at this stage in a season, you know. So at the end of the day, Kobe, I remember, was always banged up, bad ankles, fractured fingers, hurting a shoulder, hip injury, Mike hip injury, uh, back injury, not back injury, but sore back and dislocated finger, and and motherfuckers still go out there and drop 40. So I don't want to hear that. No, he's got this problem, his knees sore. Fuck all of that, man. At the end of the day, Jimmy Butler is not a top 5 all-time player. Jaylen Brown is very underrated, most definitely. Jaylen Brown took over at certain stretches yesterday, man, and he's been a big key. And it's just been, to me, the size of the Boston Celtics, their shooting and their defense. And with Miami, they already were not a top tier offensive team anyway. But then when you don't have Tyler Hero, who's giving you 20 points a night, when your backcourt doesn't go give you a fucking point, if I'm not mistaken, I think Lowry and Strauss combined for something like 0 points, uh, 0 for 17 shooting or 0 for 14 shooting or something like that. Some of it was Boston defense, a lot of it was atrocious offense. And then Jimmy Butler goes out and stinks up the joint. What, 4 for 17, 4 for 18? Nah. So it's not over. Conceivably, Miami could win 2 in a row, but do we really think that? I mean, I just don't feel like the way that they look that they're going to come into Boston and win. If they do, I will be shocked out of my fucking socks if they do so. But tell me what you guys think.